Hello and happening, lads and lassies. Today we are back again. Wait a minute. TCK is back. Wait, well, MMA. Well, Danny's here too. What's going on? This must be a triple video.
Hey.
Okay, he's the Fonz apparently, but alrighty then. Moving on. But as you can see by the title of the video and also beside Noah's lovely, nice hair it's Thor, Love and Thunder. And if you don't know, we just done Thor Ragnarok, and as you know, we weren't a big fan of that one, so you can only imagine what we feel like about this one. So, without further ado, let's get cracking on with it. So, for a wee shift up, actually, for the first time, I'm going to go first, and then I'm going to go round the other way, because, you know, I don't ever think I've actually ever went first on my own channel. So, you know, let's do it this way. So before this movie, I'm not going to lie, I forgot half of the shit that happened in it because it was that bad of a movie that my brain physically forgot about it. So I had to go back and rewatch some of it. And holy shit, is this movie bad? And I mean top tier, what the fuck have I just watched bad? Not like The Room funny bad, it's bad. One, CGI, I thought the Ragnarok CGI was bad, but what the fuck was that shit? Second of all, why does Thor do the splits to what I could only, like, sort of proclaim to be a cheaper version of a fucking Star Wars jet thing? Like, it looked like a pod racer. Like, what the fuck? Third of all, what was the fucking point of showing Jane all upset and depressed and all, like, you know, ill for it just to do a massive time jump for no apparent reason, and all of a sudden she's got the power of Thor? Like, what the hell was that?
Jeez, Adam. Tell me that you never read a comic book without reading the comic book, man. It's in the comics.
Yeah, and it still don't make no fucking sense. I don't give a shit. Okay, Molineer, promise you will protect her at all times. Yeah, so now she can become a god, yes, because that is great storytelling 101. Yes, you ask it to do something, so it does it. Wow. Also, what was up with all the obscene humor in this shit? Like, seriously, they had the OG gladiator in this movie, dressed up as Zeus, and all it was for funnies and to sexualize Thor again. You kinky weirdo. Can you stop doing this to Thor, please? I'm sick and tired of everybody trying to sexualize Thor. It's weird. Also, what the hell was Valkyrie doing in this movie? She was just dressed like a normal person the entire fucking time until, like, other than, like, when I seen her in the Zeus scene, like, all of a sudden she's just a human now? Like, what? No! She's an Asgardian. Where's her Asgardian armor other than in a few scenes? Also, what the hell? Why did we have to see Odin's death for the 50th fucking time in this as well? I know it's a play, but we've seen this play every single Thor movie. The only difference is it gets slightly updated. Like, it's cringy, man. Like, fuck off. But anyway, what about you, TCK?
I pretty much second everything you said. But this movie, it doubles down on everything that was bad about Ragnarok, like literally everything. First of all, I just want to say this movie, it was just not needed. First of all, we don't need, no superhero gets pretty much 4 movies. Why does Thor get the 4th movie? And why is it this? If we're making the exception, why is it? It's like an SNL skit, this movie, but not like old classic SNL.
Yeah, I agree.
SNL, I think, Danny, you know what I mean by that?
It's a Pete Davis SNL skit. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. This movie, like, I feel like Taika has full creative control over this movie, clearly. Like, I think in Ragnarok, he had most in Ragnarok, but not fully. And this is just full Taika. And he doesn't, he admitted he doesn't read the comics. It's just whatever he can pull out of his sick, horny mind, bro. Because all he makes is stupid, horny jokes that make the characters just stupid. Speaking of the characters, the main characters in this movie suck. You got Thor, who's a joke. Natalie Portman, who's not good in this.
G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane. Valkyrie, who's a political statement for the movie.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
And then Korg. He's Korg. Like, why is Korg a main character in your movie, bro? He's comedic relief and not even good. He annoys me so much. I don't care. I don't care if people think, oh, but he's so funny. He's not. He's just the butt of every joke, and, like, well, the whole movie's a joke, but his jokes are just extremely unfunny to me. And Thor, they just continue to make him stupider and hornier and just a sex joke. Like it's ridiculous what they've done to his character, especially in this movie, and how like Chris Hemsworth he's spoken out about like how they hope the next Thor, which also shouldn't happen, how it should be more serious, but like it should have never gotten to this point. The whole and like I said with Natalie Portman, I think Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth had chemistry in Thor 1 and 2. Completely gone in this movie.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything between them. Maybe because like there's never a serious moment in this movie. It's just joke after joke after joke. But I didn't feel I didn't feel anything from them. And not to mention Christian Bale, one of the best actors ever. And they use him for this.
Yeah.
He's not even in it that much, first of all. Like, right? He's in it for like 10 minutes, maybe.
Something like that. Yeah, 'cause it's like the beginning of the movie. It's like near the ending of the movie, and like you see him when Jane shows up, and it's like, oh, they're stealing the kids, which is still a strange premise to me, by the way. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that's really bad. And I think probably the best scene of the movie is that opening scene where it shows like his backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because that's like kind of serious, and then it completely drops all that. And like the logic of this movie doesn't make sense. I don't understand how Jane became Thor. Like the hammer just came together and went to her. I don't understand. It's literally like an SNL skit. Like, and it's not even funny.
It was in one of the comic books or whatever, but like no one didn't read it. I'll put it that way.
Explain it well. Like I bet they explained it better in the comics, but it just happened, and there's no like explanation. And like you said, the CGI really bad, like tremendously bad in this movie. Floating heads, like
the floating heads, the weird split thing, the fucking Korg like only face thing. Talk to the dogs or whatever the fuck he said. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then when he catches that fucking like weird fucking Star Wars looking thing and flips it, it legitimately looks like he's chucking a blanket.
The only good thing about this movie is Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the final battle, if you want to call it, is just a bunch of kids running around. It's a disrespectful thing to call this a Marvel movie, to see what Marvel has come to with this spoof. It's like it's not Thor, it's not Marvel, I don't know what it is. Like, it's awful that the MCU has come to this, but
that is very true. That is very true. Because like when you think of a movie like this, right, you think, oh yeah, it's my main man Thor, you know, he's going to have his long... Like, the only thing that's actually good about this fucking movie is he actually looks like Thor again, but then they fucking waste it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We finally get our Thor back the way we wanted him, and all of a sudden, you know, he's got his long hair back and everything, but no, all of a sudden he's doing jokes with fucking Peter Quill, being like, this is the Guardians handshake, this is this handshake. Fuck off! That's not funny!
Yeah. Even the Guardians didn't seem like the Guardians in this movie.
I mean, I was going to say, like, the only good thing about this movie was the Guardians. Their cameo was just like, hey, it's the Guardians. This is up.
And
like, see you number 3.
They stand there for the cameo as well. It's Thor taking on everybody, destroying everything, whilst they stand there judging him like, look at this knobhead. And he's like, what the hell? I was like, why is this a cameo?
That was a dude who went toe-to-toe with Thanos, and we're making jokes about it. Like, it's ridiculous. Skittles. That's how I did.
Yeah.
So how about yourself, Danny?
Oh, boy. Well, I can say this. I hate the song "Sweet Child of Mine." Thanks to this movie. Like I can't even. Anytime that guitar comes on, nope, switch it. Nope, hate it. Yeah, with this movie, man. Like I said, the only good thing was the Guardians cameo. That's the only thing I could give it to you. I mean, let's be honest. Natalie Portman, she never even liked the MCU. Like, she just seen it as a paycheck. But boy, when the roles start drying up, like, people come back. Like, they just come back, right? What else? Chris Hemsworth. I feel bad for this brother. Like, he did not want to be here. He was collecting the check. he read the script and he's like, "Really, Tyga? Really? We're gonna be doing this again?" All right. It's so bad that his own children make fun of him about this movie, bro. Like he actually did an interview about it, like on yeah, yeah. So I mean, basically, it's typical Phase 4, just bad. Like we had 3 great phases of phases 1, 2, and 3, and then number 4 is just like a so what do we do now? Like we're here now, right? So we're just contemplate. We're just throwing something on the window and just hoping that it sticks. And it didn't stick the landing. Like I said, I haven't. Yeah, go ahead, man.
I swear those meetings were just somebody going, right, let's see what we land on. Let's see what we land on. Right.
Yeah. All right. Yo, Kevin. So this is what we're gonna do. Thor 4. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna make him go find himself. Doesn't he already find himself enough? No.
Doesn't he do that in every
find
movie?
Himself again.
He's going to go find himself. His girlfriend's going to become like him for no apparent reason, and it's going to happen like just randomly in a scene. It's not even going to have a continuity with a previous scene. It's just going to be there. And also, how about we get Korg as a main character? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Kids like Core. Yeah, But yeah, I go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Legitimately, man. Like even just skimming through this motherfucking shit, man. Like you get lost. You're just like, where am I going? Yeah. Why is this? Also, the whole weird fucking mummy Thor thing at the end as well, which makes no fucking sense. And like the kid is like shooting eyeballs and like it's like, thank you, Uncle Thor. It's like, what?
But wait, Adam, wait, TCK. This is a setup for like the Kid Avengers. So obviously his daughter, his young daughter, is gonna join the girl bosses of like the Young Avengers.
Because everybody's looking forward to Young Avengers with Kate Bishop and Miss Marvel. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Who the fuck wants this kid there? She's not even Thor's kid. It's just Christian Bale's random child.
It's and she literally at the end of it, if I remember correctly, didn't she like vandalize Mjolnir? Like she drew on it, and like Thor tried to rub it off, and he couldn't. Like that's just
I like it better this way.
That's just so disrespectful. Like one of the most powerful weapons in the MCU, and you have a little kid just drawing on it. Like,
it's like when you tell your kid not to draw on the walls, and they still do it anyway.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I was gonna tell you this. It like from what I've been researching a lot of these people that are writing these movies, one, they can't read comic books, so even if they wanted to give you a good story, they can't do it. Two, they never liked the comics, so they don't want to. They're gladly to ruin the source material, aka Tiger Waititi. And 3, they don't got a plan in phases 4 and 5. I'm sorry that you don't. I understand MCU fans, but you don't have a phase right now. You got Deadpool 3, and that's about it. That's the only thing that we're looking forward to. Like the rest of them.
And are we counting that as MCU? Like that's its own thing.
That's a Ryan Reynolds production to me. But like the thing is, with this like entire thing, right? Is what is this movie like when you really get down to the nitty gritty? Legitimately, it's a bunch of sex jokes, it's a bunch of bad CGI, and it's Thor being made into a joke. And then all it was so is Tyga could sit there and have a photo with Natalie Portman and the girl that plays Valkyrie on a porch being like, eee, what the fuck? I remember when this movie first came out and that picture was everywhere. It's like, oh yeah, he getting two bitches. Like, what?
You know that he asked Natalie Portman if she wanted to be in Star Wars because he was going to do a Star Wars movie.
She's already been in Star Wars.
Be prepared.
Does he not know she was?
Also, not only like just going off the tone that this movie is disrespectful. I remember seeing because it's like they're in the new Asgard place. And there's like an ice cream restaurant or an ice cream store there, and it's called like Thanos.
I forgot about that part.
Stones.
Yeah, the Thanos.
What? This is the man who killed half the universe for 5 years, and we have an ice cream parlor based on him. You know exactly what that's like. Yeah.
That is, I'm just gonna say that's like the equivalent of like U.S. black people like going to like talking about slavery. Like you go to going to slavery ice cream shop, or like the Yahtzees with TCK like ice cream shop, and like think that's not gonna be
an Adolf restaurant,
or for the Scottish people, the Great British.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying. It's like,
get that shit out of here. Like, no. Like, I'm sorry, right? I don't care, right? It's not funny. And also, I don't know what Marvel was smoking. I swear to God, people love Kevin Feige, and I used to, but I don't know what the hell he's been doing as of late. Because if he's like been on these movies, what has he been doing as of late? Just sitting there talking on Twitter? Like, what are you doing?
My thing is about Kevin Feige is like, I just want to know. I'm just asking the Kevin Feige supporters. Like, I'm just asking. Like, okay, if we could give him credit for the good stuff, why can we not give him give him the credit for the bad stuff? I want to ask that question. It's a legit fair question. It's like,
it's a double standard in the highest sense of itself. Like, it's just strange, you know. It's like. Also, what the fuck was up with the joke at the end of the movie when he's like, "Oh yeah, it's pan flaps." Why was that there? And that was not funny. Oh, it's a human delicacy. You like it? No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, you don't. And then she calls him a demon spawn and then shoots her eyeballs at him. Like, what? How's that funny?
Yeah, saying disrespect your dad. Like, he doesn't have, like, even though I'm taking care of you, like, I can disrespect my dad. So yeah.
Also, I just don't understand.
Good messaging.
Like, I don't understand. Like, you know, Jane passes away and goes to Valhalla or whatever the fuck that glowy bill crap you're supposed to be, and then he's like the dying guy that's been doing all this horrible shit. He's like, take my daughter, take care of her, and Thor doesn't say fuck all and just goes,
okay,
sure. Like, what? He's just went and like destroyed like so many planets, done so much horrible things. It's like, yeah, I'll take your daughter. Like, what?
So let me ask you guys this: like, how did you guys feel about the battle between the God Butcher or whatever and Thor, and it's basically ripped off of a Zack Snyder movie, like put on into the MCU.
Yeah, he tried to be different with the whole black and white thing, but like it didn't work. I don't really like Zack Snyder.
I was like, that was straight up Zack Snyder, bro. Like,
I'm sorry, right?
It was a waste. It was a waste.
I'm sorry, right? You see, when it comes to these things, right, especially when it comes to a black and white filter, guess what? At one point, all movies had black and white. There's a reason why we moved away from it. If you're doing a period piece and you're going with that old school looking mind, makes complete sense, and it works quite well if you do it quite right. See, when you just throw it in the middle of a fucking movie for no apparent fucking reason other than a battle, it's like, okay then, fair dues, I guess. Why is it here? Nobody knows, but I guess this is how it's going.
It was cool. It looked cool. That's what Tiger said. Like, it looked cool.
it looked cool. What a general statement for most of Marvel nowadays. Well, I'm sorry. It was cool at least. It's like, what was cool about that movie? I'm sorry. Tell me again what made that movie good? Oh, well. Flying dogs? It's like, flying dogs? What? That wasn't even in the movie. Like, and they're like, oh, and you're like, okay.
And I have to preference this. Like, all of us love the MCU. All of us like the DCU and stuff like that. We want these movies to do good. It's just that they're just not good. Like, I'm not gonna lie to the audience.
One of the main jokes in this movie, and this movie came out in 2022, was the screaming goats. That's how that just describes this movie for me. Is those goats?
I forgot about the screaming goats.
See when you have to
in 2022, man.
You see, if you have to incorporate a meme of the time into your movie, one, it's getting dated. Two, it means it was a fucking bad movie to begin with.
And you ruined Guns N' Roses.
Yes, very much.
I'm not forgiving this.
Right, so it's to the fatal point. What would you rate this movie? TCK?
Oh, out of 10?
Yes.
1. I'm sorry, it's a 1. I don't like any. I really don't like anything about it, but like I don't want to give it a 0 because movies are hard to make. So I'll give it a 1.
What about yourself, Danny Watkins?
So with the like, to me, this is not the worst MCU movie. Like, I will always say The Eternals is the worst MCU movie of all time.
Okay,
So
okay.
I give this like a 3. I think that's what I gave it the last time, either a 3 or a 4.
That is
out of
very
10.
gracious for this movie, but okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, so for
because The
me,
Eternals is like a 1.
yeah, fair enough. If you've got that there, then that's fine. Everybody's personal preference. But for me, I'm going to go with a good solid Mexican one, which means it's below fucking 0. Because for me, I fucking hate this movie. When I was even just skimming through it, I was like, why am I wasting my time on this? This is terrible. Why is Christian Bale here? What the fuck is going on? Why is Jane looking like she's obviously clearly dying of something that never got introduced ever in the the ones before this? So all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we need to do all these horrible flashbacks. It's like it's the same. It's like they have flashbacks with Thor and Jane and they're supposedly younger, but they look the exact same age. Like, that is just stupid.
Yeah, that was a big inconsistency. Like, right there, like, wait a minute. Thor went back to Asgard, like, in Age of Ultron. Wait, hold on. Like, that doesn't make any... Wow.
Yeah, so when did this relationship where they, like, got together and were just going to have a kid happen? It made no sense. And then, he left because Nick Fury called, and that doesn't make any sense timeline-wise either. So, as what it is.
Because Thor 1, he went back to Asgard. Thor 2, he brought Jane back to Asgard. And then he went back to Ultron. And then Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, never mind.
This is why this movie is a solid Mexican one for me, which is the equivalent of a 0, like below a 0.
Can I change my pick? Can I make it a 2? Can I make it a 2?
Yes, you can.
There you go. Yes.
There you go. As TCK would say, show them the money. Show them the money. So lower that shit down. So that's our overall thoughts. But we don't even have a post-credit scene because obviously, when it comes to part 2, that is still happening. It has been delayed. Just a little caveat for the people that are like, where's this Spider-Man 2 part 2? It is being delayed at the current moment, but we will see what will be going forward next. So we don't have a post-credit, which feels weird as hell because we've always got a post-credit. Yeah. But as further ado, I have been Ken and Wolf. That has been TCK, and that has been MMA King Chris Jr. And we shall see you guys in the next video.
Subscribe.